The Yoast SEO plugin allows you to tweak your site's code and settings to optimize your site for search engines. Using the Yoast SEO plugin is one of the most effective ways to ensure that your WordPress site is both SEO friendly and easier to manage. Hi guys, this is Jaswin Walia from Team LearnToday, and in this SOP, we will set up the Yoast SEO section of a WordPress page in order to optimize it for the search engines. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Hi guys, in this video, we are going to understand the Yoast SEO section of a WordPress page. So in the previous SOP, what we did was we set up the SEO title and the meta description, and then we left it at that. Now that is kind of beginners friendly, what you can do quickly to optimize your WordPress page or WordPress post. In this particular video, however, we are going to understand in deep the Yoast SEO section of your page or your post. Now, let's go to one of the pages that we might have. So we'll go to all pages, or we can just go to add a new page. It's up to you. I'm going to go to all pages and choose a sample page. So right here, I have a page called as Learn How to Sell Stuff. So what I can do is I can quickly go to edit from right here. And I'm going to set my SEO title and my Yoast SEO section based on how you can sell stuff. Now, remember that this requires a lot of research as well. I'm going to just go ahead and put what I think might work. But what you have to do is you have to put in a lot of research into this whole process. You have to see how your competitors are doing it. You have to see the search volume. Basically, you have to see the SEO, how others are doing it, the well ranking pages on Google and maybe other search engines, what you're using. And then you have to decide on what this SEO that you're doing here might work or might not work. I'm going to quickly just tell you what is what and put in some details. All right, so as we scroll down, you can see that Yoast SEO, you'll find the SEO section, and that's all we're going to focus on today. We have the first thing here, which is called the focus key phrase. Now, keep in mind that this is the key phrase that Yoast SEO is going to help and use to define and describe your particular page. One good thing about Yoast SEO is that, for example, if I write how to sell things online, I can go to get related key phrases, and then they'll take you to SEMRush. Oh, then you'll have to log in, and all of that can happen. So this is one of the extensions that you can use. Or what you can do is you can just quickly go ahead and Google this thing. And if you have some SEO extensions, that's perfect. It'll help you get an idea of how many people are doing this particular research or doing this particular Google search. So for example, as I do that, you can see that in the right-hand side, I have Uber Suggest and I have keywords everywhere as extensions. So you can go ahead and you can download these two extensions. It might be of help for you. So how to sell things online. It has a pretty good volume. This is set to US. You can set it to India as well if you want. And then when I scroll down, I have some long tail keywords as well right here. How to sell things online safely and make money. How to sell things online for free, locally, as a teenager, as a kid. So depending on what you're doing, you can go ahead and you can look at some of these keywords. And the one keyword that attracts you the most and fits in perfectly with your content, you can put right here. I'm just going to keep it at how to sell things online. Also keep in mind that focus key phrase is the one keyword that Yoast SEO is going to focus on as your content. So your content will be defined by this focus key phrase. This focus key phrase, when Googled online or searched online, Yoast SEO is going to try and rank your page through this particular key phrase. So, just do your research and then decide what your key phrase should be. All right. Then as we scroll down, you can see we have discussed previously the mobile result and the desktop result. You can see whatever you write in your title, in your slug, and in your meta description, it's going to appear like this. So it's kind of a preview as to what your user might look at when they are searching for the key phrase, for the focus key phrase. All right, so let's just get into the SEO title. We have discussed SEO title and meta description previously, so I'm going to list the SOP right here. Kindly go ahead and check it out. I'm going to quickly just write the title and the meta description. All right, guys, so I just put together some words and I threw it out there. This is the SEO title and this is the meta description. Again, check out the video if you don't know how this works. Check out our other video and you'll get to know a little bit about SEO title and meta description as well. What I'm going to tell you right now is what is in the middle, which is the slug. Now, this slug is going to appear as one of the as the last part in the permanent URL link that you might find. Let me show you an example. Awesome. Now, for example, this is the page that we are at right now. And in the URL link, if you can see this right here. So this comes after the domain name, right? This comes after the website name. After a slash, you have understanding the Facebook pixel, which is the post name of the post that Digital Deepak has posted, uploaded, published. So right here we have understanding the Facebook pixel, and it's going to change every time the post has changed, the page has changed. For example, if I go to About Me section, see digitaldeepak.com/about/ right here. So this is what the slug is. It keeps changing and defines what page you're at, what post you're at, right? So having and changing your slug is very important. It helps the users, it helps the search engines understand what is happening with the URL as well. Keep in mind that slug is actually what appears right here after your domain name in the URL section. So this is the customizable part of the URL that you can change every time with certain posts, with certain pages, right? So for example, if someone's Googling or if someone's searching for about Digital Deepak, so this particular about key phrase can help with the search as well. So keep in mind that you have to install one of the key phrases in the slug section. It might help you. All right, let's move on to the SEO analysis part of this particular section. So what SEO analysis section or part does is that it basically analyzes your whole SEO that you have done in the beginning, and it tells you improvements and suggestions which you can go ahead with. For example, my SEO analysis is pretty poor right now. So it'll tell you the problems, it will tell you the improvements, and it will tell you the good results. So the key phrase length, let's focus on the good right now. The key phrase length is pretty good. Previously used key phrase, you've not used this key phrase before, very good, thank you. SEO title width is good and key phrase in slug is great. Now let's look at the problems. The key phrase and meta description. The meta description has been specified, but it does not contain the key phrase. Now that I did not think of. So what you can do is how to sell things online. You can just put that in the meta description as well. So let me try and do that. All right, so one of the problems have disappeared. We had two problems. I just fixed one of the problems. Then you have your text length. The text contains 0 words. This is far below the recommended minimum of 300 words. So you can add more content to it. What I have done is I have actually added a landing page here. So through ConvertKit, if you don't know how to add a landing page through ConvertKit on your WordPress page or post, you can go ahead and check out this particular SOP as well. I'm going to list it here and I'm going to list it in the description box down below. All right, so that's fine. I'm good with that. I don't want to put any text right now, but when you do put some content in it, this problem would not appear. So the meta description length is over 156 characters. To ensure the entire description will be visible, you should reduce the length. All right, so as you can see this orange line right here, this means that I have put too many words out there. So if I just delete this, see, it turns green. And then one of the improvements will disappear. So as you can see, this basically what it does is it tells you improvements, problems, and what you can do to make your SEO a little bit better, which is amazing for someone who is a beginner in the SEO field as well. Average. Add related key phrases section is actually a premium section. If you have Premium, Yoast Premium, then what you can do is you can add some related key phrases along with the focus key phrase that you have right here. So this is one of the things that you can do if you are a premium person. And then you have track SEO performance. All right, so it's gonna basically go ahead and analyze the content of your page and suggest improvements based on your focus key phrase. So you don't have to focus too much on this particular section. You can go ahead, try it out a little bit as well. Then you have the Cornerstone Content. So the Cornerstone Content, most websites have some kind of Cornerstone article, which is the core content of your website. Basically, it contains the most important informative posts and pages that you want to rank highest in the search engines. Now, Cornerstone articles are usually longer and informative posts that cover everything important about a specific topic that you're writing about. Now, to set a page as a Cornerstone content, just what you have to do is I'll show you. What you have to do is basically you see this particular section, you have to just turn it on, and then you'll have your Cornerstone content. Now we will click on the advanced section and scroll down a little bit. Now keep in mind that it is suggested that you leave this as it is at the default section, but if you do want to change it, this is how you can do it. Allow search engines to show this page in search results. Yes, of course. Current default for pages. Should search engines follow links on this page? Yes, of course. What it does, it is basically tells the search engines that yes, I trust all the links that are put on this page, and you can trust it too. Meta Robots Advanced. Now here you will have three options. No image index. This will prevent the search engines from indexing the images on your page. No archive. This will prevent the search engines from storing a cached version of your page. And no snippet. This option will not only prevent the search engines from storing a cached version of your page, but it will also hide the description that usually appears below the title on the search engine results page. So it's up to you, it's up to your particular thing what you want to do. So I can just go ahead and put it on no archive if I want. However, I like to keep this as default as it comes. So I'm not going to do anything over here. I'm just explaining to you what exactly this is, and you can go ahead and ask me in the comment section down below if you want to learn a little bit more about the Meta Robots Advanced, Breadcrumbs Title, or Canonical URL here. So the breadcrumbs title are an important part of almost any good website. They tell people where they are on your website, but they also help Google work out how your website is structured. All right. So through this option, you can set a breadcrumb title for your page. So you can put it right here. You can also click on the question mark section, and they will tell you how you can use the breadcrumb title. Then we come to canonical URL. So basically, you might have some content that can be found on multiple pages, multiple URLs. For example, if you're selling products, if you're selling any kind of content, or if there's just a general page which has copies or which is like similar to any other kind of content that you might have, you do not want to confuse the search engines. Okay, so what can you do is you can go ahead and you can put the original URL that you want to point towards. If someone's searching for a particular key phrase, you can put that URL right here, and the search engines then would not be confused. They would know exactly where you want to send your viewers to which particular URL. So that is something that you can do from right here. And yeah, I think we have successfully understood the SEO section of your Yoast SEO box. And what you can do is you can just go ahead, click on update after you have set it all up. My suggestion to you is that do your research, and you probably won't have the sad section right here or the average section. Your Yoast SEO section should be happy. So do your research and put a lot of thought into your SEO. I think it's very important. And yeah, I will see you in our next video. Hope you guys were able to understand the Yoast SEO section of your WordPress page or your WordPress posts. I will be coming up with a lot of WordPress related videos, so stay tuned for that. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit on that like button, subscribe button, along with the notification bell icon, so that you can get updates on whenever we come up with new videos. If you have any comments, any doubts, any suggestions, or any other videos that you would like to see on the Learn Today channel, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. This is Just Vinvalia, and I will see you in our next SOP.